Hello all you wonderful marks, my name is Project Johnny and I am trying out something brand new. This is the very first episode of what I am calling WWE 2K CAWtastrophes. I'm going to be taking some of the most interesting creative wrestlers from Community Creations, analyze and give my thoughts on them, and then I'll create an entrance for the call based on what I see after my analysis. Now for this episode, I relied on two of my good friends, thank you John and Junior, to find some absolute bangers
after banger, after banger, after banger
for me on Community Creations, and oh boy did they deliver. After spending some time looking at the combined over 40 excellent specimens that my two friends sent me, I think I have found the three best to showcase in the first episode of CAWtastrophes. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that CAWtastrophes will be taking place in my extremely low-effort created arena that I am calling The Factory, because some of these abominations can only be the product of severely underpaid struggling third-world children in a sweatshop. Alright, first up is the Bear, W.A. Abbott. I have no idea what the W.A. stands for, but the Bear, I can kind of see it as a member of the LGBTQ community. I can definitely say that is one terrifying looking bear. He has a lot of designs all over him. A lot of these I think are pretty generic, but you know what, let's take a closer look inside of the creation suite. Alright, and here we are inside of the creation suite with the Bear, W.A. Abbott. I'm just going to be moving the camera to examine a couple of these tattoos, and like I figured, pretty much all of these tattoos, actually exactly all of these tattoos come from inside of the creation suite itself. It doesn't appear like he has anything unique going on with them. He has some tattoos on his head, at least. That's, I mean, you know, a little bit Bam Bam Bigelow-esque. The mustache is definitely something. Pretty generic looking attire. Nothing too big here. Let's take a look at the entrance attire. That's something that I always like looking at when I'm making my own calls. I usually start with the entrance attires because I feel like that's a great base to go off of. But let's see what they did with theirs as we are loading in. Okay, so we saw during the preview there were definitely a lot of chains. One of the chains they have colored black, which you can't even really see too well, honestly. If we zoom out, I imagine during an entrance it might look weird. Oh, he has the WWF No Mercy logo on the side of him. Cool, that's edgy. I don't know what's going on up here. I can't tell if this is a fighter pilot, a incredibly manly version of Shotzi Blackheart. Oh god. Is the American flag usually on here? I don't know. There's a lot of shiny bits going on. This person loves their metallic texturing. You can see it on the front here, on the bandana as well. Nothing too unique or special about this. It's a, do you know what? This is a very SmackDown versus Raw 2007 kind of creative wrestler. Edgy and cringy for no reason. A lot of accessories. The chains to make him look tough. Some hand tape. The unnecessary bandana on the wrist when you already have one on the face. I don't know. I mean, I think it's supposed to be a tough guy. I guess. Let's see what I can do with the entrance. Let's see what happens. Future me, take it away.
Things are about to get good. Someone who can't seem to hold on to allies for very long. Well, I think they just never need allies for very long.
So you're suggesting they just use people? That's disgusting.
And I love it. A competitor who does not know the meaning of the word quit. He is ready for battle.
Alright, and here we are in the creation suite. You guys just saw the Bear W.A. Abbott's entrance in action in the factory, but now it's time for me to show you exactly what I did here. So, I did make a custom Titantron. Of course, I'm going to be doing it with every single call. You might have seen it, but let me give you a little bit more of a full screen look at that Tron. Let's see. There you go. There you go. You see it right there. Nothing too special. But as we go down here, I wanted to make sure that he had a little bit of aura to him. And who else has more aura currently right now than NXT champion Obafemi? So, of course, I started with a little bit of the back shot here, you know, as appropriate with a bear. It turns around, he's flexing his muscles, he's moving his arms, trying to look like a tough guy. Then he does the whole Obafemi chest pound thing. He kicks, and as he kicks, boom, the nameplate, Pyro, and Trons come on. Give him a little bit of something eccentric going on there. Then he goes down into the World's Strongest Man motion. Nothing too special about that. Then I give him a little bit of the Bobby Lashley, which they called All Might in this game, because of course Bobby Lashley is no longer in the game. That continues on into the ring with a little bit more of the All Might, where we give it a little bit more of that SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 flair as he raises his arms. Boom, some unnecessary pyrotechnics come out of the turnbuckles. That's very SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 for anybody that's been around that long. But yes, that is the Bear W.A. Abbott, and let's see what the next specimen gives us. Alright, next up on the chopping block is this call called the 2K GOAT, Scum Pilot. And first of all, fantastic name. I think that's also the creator's creator tag there. Scum Pilot is I don't even know what to say about this. This is definitely the peak of 2K call creating here. Actually, I believe there might be other Scum Pilots. There's a whole bunch of them here, but we're going to be taking exclusively a look at this country-looking one. That's the best way I can describe it. Let's just go into the creation suite and see what we can see. All right, and here we are with the one and only Scum Pilot. Once again, I don't know what it is with everybody always doing this. The bandana on the wrist. This bothers me so much. I hate it. I don't. But anyway, we can see that Scum Pilot has a very flesh-colored Uncle Howdy mask with whatever you call one of these hats. The red hair coming out, glitching through. That's just a 2K problem, but you know, classic call creating here. Simple overalls, nice tattered red shirt underneath, kind of matches the red hair. I'm like morbidly curious about what's like underneath the face here. I kind of really just want to see what's underneath the face. Let's see what's underneath this mask. Let's see. And you know what? Not what I was expecting. With a name like Scum Pilot, I was expecting this to look bad. Is this just a generic call face? Is this a face texture? Is this like a ripoff of John Cena?
Are you sure about that?
Oh my god, the ears are gigantic. Oh my god. This looks like a whole monkey. He genuinely just looks like a monkey. Is it like that with the mask still on? It is. How did I not notice that before? Well, okay. Anyways, let's see Dumbo take flight in his entrance.
And here comes one of my favorites.
competition here. You can see exactly why the WWE Universe is so amped up for this one.
Alright, and here we are with the 2K GOAT Scum Pilot Once again, I made a custom entrance video. All of them will be having their own custom entrance video. I didn't do anything really too special with this. I just turned off the Tron, did a little bit of darker lighting as he comes out inside of a monster truck, because I feel like somebody named Scum Pilot is going to have the absolute scummiest entrance possible. And what's scummier than coming out in a monster truck for absolutely no reason to these disgusting yellow lights from Bailey's entrance. There's just nothing. I couldn't think of anything redeeming or appealing about this besides the fact that this is meant to be the worst person you play in 2K multiplayer. That's all I can think of here. This, I believe the description had him as a character from the island. I would hate to face him on an island, in multiplayer, in a back alley, in the street. I never want to see this guy. But anyway, from the monster truck, we go into the Big E ring in slide, straight into the old opportunist edge slide, come up in the ring, do the hand signs. Nothing special about this entrance. I just feel like this fits the character because this character seems like it's meant to be incredibly annoying. This is definitely the type of character that has a bunch of spears and RKOs on their moveset for absolutely no reason, and you want to throw your controller through the screen every time you face them. This is Scum Pilot. Let's see what the final character of this video is. Alright, next up is actually a call that I thought was pretty impressive looking, even though it's pretty generic and base assets. You know, there's no custom stuff on this per se, except maybe a face photo. Don Collins, or as it says in the description, the King Don Collins, dripping in finesse as usual. More calls on the way for your universe / MyRise, etc. Enjoy. So the creator is up there, HRLM Finest. I guess he's a call creator that likes giving out his creations for universe mode. And I will say that this does look pretty decent. Let's take a closer look at it inside of the creation suite so that way I can judge it appropriately. Alright, and here we have Don Collins, and as I said, there's really nothing unique on this character, but I can kind of tell that some effort, some thought, and some care went into this. This is actually pretty clean. He doesn't have that freaking bandana thing on his wrist, hallelujah. But, you know, I kind of dig the color scheme. The face is pretty well made. Again, I can't tell if a face photo was used. It might have been, but even if it wasn't, this is still pretty good looking. I can't deny that some effort was made here. Let's look at the entrance attire, which is actually what really did catch my eye the most. This entrance attire really appealed to me. I see where they were going with the king thing, but when I look at this, I see somebody that's really flashy, somebody that likes going to you know, things out on the town, you know, a nice nightlife sort of vibe to him. He looks like somebody that might own a club per se, and like one of those weird B movies from the 90s or 80s. I dig the Adam Rose kind of hat here. I don't know, it just looks very flashy. He looks like the type of person that would steal your girl, and then you would apologize to him. So let's go with that kind of vibe and see what goes on with the entrance I come up with.
We are about to see something good. So confident on the way to the ring.
That's not confidence, Saxon. That is all ego.
In what way?
Ego's like art. You know it when you see it. He's been demanding this match for quite some time, and now he is ready to compete.
Alright, and here we are with the entrance of the King, Don Collins. I keep almost saying Don Callis.
I think I just saw something I never thought I'd see.
But Don Collins. So I went very flashy, very over the top with this one. I gave him a whole lot of smoke. The beginning there, you can see Seth Rollins' old visionary entrance, where he comes out with his arms outspread, and then he eventually does that whole fist thing. That fist thing, excuse me, I like to time that with the Tron and the lights, so that way it's very, very flashy, very charismatic. Then the nameplate comes up, and he walks down the ramp through even more smoke. Using the Blair Davenport entrance, you know, it's a little chauvinistic, little show-offy. The arms swaying, it makes him look good, makes him look, as I said, charismatic. And then he comes down into the ring in a little bit of the more John Morrison ain't no make-believe kind of vibe. You know, that throwing the leg up in the air gives him a little bit more flash as he comes in the ring and does a little spin, and then comes up on the animation of the final boss, The Rock. It's a little bit of a tiny bit of a rough transition, but it works just enough to get the point across. And I don't know if you can notice here, I added a little bit more smoke, similar to the Gigi Dolan smoke pyro. The Cora Jade smoke pyro also works because the Gigi Dolan smoke actually ends somewhere around here. So the Cora Jade smoke is there. There you go. You might have seen it. It ended there. So the Cora Jade smoke is actually meant to make up for it, so you don't notice it that much. So it's a little bit more of a seamless transition into the continuation of the smoke, so it doesn't just pop away. But the King Don Collins coming out very flashy, very show-offy. That's what I was trying to get with this character. There you have it. That was the first episode of WWE CAWtastrophes. Hopefully there are many more to come. Let me know what you thought, if there's anything you would like to see, anything that you liked or didn't like, or if there's anything I should change or add as I go along with this series. This is Project Johnny, signing off.